Hello, good morning. How are you today? Just for a change, I came to office so that I can avoid other sound. Let's see how it works. Thank you for the suggestion. Someone suggested me about the volume. So I tried this today. It's a Sunday. I'm sure you have a wonderful breakfast waiting for the live video. Welcome. We talk for many different purposes. We communicate in order to satisfy our needs. It happens very naturally. And in certain period of life, it is good to look into that in a professional way. Last week, I talked about a plant. Some of you might have thought, why Vasanthi suddenly talk about the plant rather than talking about the public speaking or anything related to her job? It is related to my job. How? I talked about the elephant foot ant. Tamil name Karunai Pirandu. Science name Amar Purpurus campanillatus. If you watched that video, you could have learned quite a lot of information about that elephant ant. If you haven't, please check it out in my FB videos. Have a look at that. When I started to deliver the speech, I talk about the general information about that elephant foot ant, including the informations like where does it from, which country the people are using it, and all this general information, how tall it can grow, how much is the weight of that ant. That is the first information. Secondly, I talk about some other medical benefits and how to grow, then how to cook that elephant ant. So there are a few different stages. I segregate all the information and I delivered. This is how the informative speech is supposed to be. That is the reason why I delivered about that elephant foot ant in last week, because today I want to talk about informative speech. Right, in public speaking or in generally speaking, there are many types of speeches. We give a speech in an official conference, meeting, government department, schools, in an assembly, even in the college. That's the most important part. When you are in the college, you have to deliver these types of speech. There is no excuse. Even politician has to do that in public. That's what we call informative speech. If you use information to deliver the speech and to achieve your purpose, that is informative speech. So what are the other types of speeches? There are many. Persuasive speech, inspiring the audience, and also how to close the sale, how to propose, how to talk on a birthday party or wedding or even in a funeral. Imagine that you are having a tender and you have to have that business. How you can deliver your presentation so that it can bring that business to you. So, it is good to learn each type of speeches in a proper way. Today, let's have a look at the informative speech. When we deliver the informative speech, first, we must know and we must have extensive knowledge about that subject matter. If not, look for it. That's how we grow. Having enough knowledge is really essential in public speaking sector. And in real life, that brings you to a different height. There's no doubt about it. So, even if you are talking to your daughter or your son, giving some information, get ready yourself with enough information. Then, think about who you are talking to. Is your daughter or son 8 or 10 years old or 12 or 15 years old? Are you a student delivering a speech in your class in front of your classmates and lecturers? Who are your audience? Get all the information according to the mental level of your audience and the age level, education, demography. Think about all these factors. Even it is essential for every speech. We need to think about that. Then bring all the information, put it into order. Which one do you feel it is important in order to achieve what you want to achieve? So because now we can get a lot of information, and some may be very important and very good, but it is not necessary for us to achieve the purpose. So what is your purpose? And arrange the information. When you arrange the information, don't go for generalized information. Maybe if you want to introduce the topic, you can use that in the introduction. So remember, point number 1, you can use the generalized information or the common information in the introduction of your speech. There are many types of introduction. I think about 12 different types of information in a YouTube channel. Later I share the link in the comment below. Have a look at that. What are the types of introduction? And in the body of the speech, you can arrange your information in different order. It's up to you, it's up to the speaker how you want to arrange. The way how you arrange, the result will be. Always keep your personal information, which is very, very important, just before the conclusion. And in the conclusion, what is the message you want to deliver? Or what is the action that you want audience to take? Do you want them to make a decision to buy your product? Do you want them to say yes to you? What is your purpose? And what is the message you want the audience to take? Keep it in the conclusion. That will work really well. Before that, the last point must help the audience to make a decision. So that is the most important point. In the speech last week, I talked about the size of the elephant foot M, and also I talked about the price. I told 1 kilo is about 10 to 15 ringgit. The current price is 17 ringgit in the market. 1 kilo of M. So, if anybody want to adopt that plant as their commercial plant, that information will definitely help them to make a decision. So, we have to give the most important point just before the conclusion. So, in the body of the speech, we must add certain information or certain details, especially when delivering the informative speech. The first one, you have to add numbers, at least in few places. Like, the elephant foot M can grow up to 6 feet tall. It can weigh up to the maximum 15 kg. These are numbers. So you have to add the numbers in your speech, because generally audience remember the numbers. And especially for informative speech, you cannot avoid numbers. And the next one, when we talk about the numbers, give statistics. If you are using PowerPoint, show them some chart or pie chart or anything. Chart really works well for informative speeches. So these are the do's we have to do in order to make an informative speech. What are the don'ts? Don't tell a very long story in the informative speech. People get bored. You can tell a story in the informative speech, very short. As I said, Thailand people use elephant foot M, but they use only the flowers. It's a kind of information at the time, it's a bit of story. So, do not give a very long story. Next one, the most important thing, do not give wrong information. Make sure your informations are correct before you deliver the speech. Get them from the right source and inform the audience. When you inform the audience, and if it is not your statistics, tell the audience where do you get those information from. That's very important. We have to give credit to the source. You might have noticed, and we lost interest in many politicians. It is because one of these reasons. They give a type of statistics when they meet the public, but unfortunately they may not be able to follow everything when they start their work. Yes, a situation is like that. But as a general public, I do not understand what are they about. So that makes a problem. So we lost the trust. So if you are delivering a talk in public, please be mindful about the statistics. Do not give wrong statistics in public. That brings definitely a wrong result, which you may not expect it. We have encountered few incidents in Malaysia earlier, right? But it is not going to affect them really bad. Think about it. You are in a government office, you are delivering a persuasive speech or in order to obtain a tender. If you are giving a wrong information, do you think you will get that business? Definitely no. You are in the university and you are delivering a presentation and you gave wrong information. Definitely you won't get passed. So, giving the right information is the most important thing in informative speech. So, do not give wrong information. And if it is universities or college, you need to prepare PowerPoint or any other technology, you have to use it. So when you use the right statistics, and at the bottom give them the credit. That is most important. It is very important for school students or teachers or college students to learn this skill. Very, very important. You cannot escape. If you don't want to learn, you won't gain any degree or anything, because it is going to be very, very important. In order to get them trained, we in Tuhina, even for primary school students, we teach them how to deliver informative speech. And also we conduct workshops on how to use technology in order to deliver informative speech. Learn that these skills are very, very essential. And also stay tuned. In the whole month, our children are going to deliver a speech based on information and using the technology. So watch them, how they are delivering it, and learn a lot from them. So delivering an informative speech is really important. Next time, if you are a parent, when you talk to your child, careful what kind of information you are giving, and get equipped with knowledge. That is most important, right? Are you going to gain any information today? What is that? Where do you get that information? Think about it. Enjoy this whole Sunday. See you in another type of speech in the next Sunday. Take care.